Did you know that the warehouse of Costco wholesale is like a heaven on earth to shoppers? How about the fact that Stop&Shop can mess with your mental stability? Or maybe the fact that you should try to keep your fish's innocence? Don't look there, dude! Please! Come and learn all these facts and more with me in today's video, The Shopping Spree. First up is the mall. There are so many great things to love about a shopping mall. From the food, to the stores, to the views, it's all really awesome and fun. Whenever we're at the mall, my brother and I both absolutely love going to the Lego store. At the Lego store, you can spend a stupid amount of time building a minifigure, take a look at all the new Lego sets that have come out. Whoa, this Lego set is even accurate to the Earth! And of course, you can also visit the super fun Pick-a-Brick section, which has 0.5 out of 100% of the bricks that you will ever use. You cannot forget about the Auntie Anne's shop at the mall that has pretzel bites and frozen lemonade that tastes so good. You have to try it. My family loves going to Barnes & Noble here sometimes as well. The mall is pretty fun, but there's not much we do there, so it gets a 7 out of 10. Near the mall we go to is a Petco, so the only right store to cover next would be Petco. So you've probably heard of Petco before. Every Petco I've been to seems to be different from the rest, varying in food, live animals, and customer service. However, today we're only going to be talking about the live animals and the customer service. When you're in a Petco, it's not uncommon that you come across a new type of cool fish or a new type of cool animal of any sorts. Petco sure has a lot. That 4-inch Tropheus? Check. The army of hamsters? Check. The weird garfish that nobody knows the name of? Of course! Also, not to mention, the people that work at Petco are super friendly, super helpful, and have phenomenal customer service skills. Whether I'm learning about a new type of medication, a new type of animal or fish, or getting an awesome tank deal. As you can see, Petco has great things going for it, so my final decision on a rating is going to be 9 out of 10. Next up is a 3-in-1 combo of the stores Stop&Shop, DeCicco & Sons, and ShopRite. These 3 mega chain grocery stores are always enjoyable to be in because they are packed to the brim with food and fun. However, I've noticed that the atmosphere of the store can and will mess with your head a bit. Usually, the trouble starts with my brother and I jokingly play fighting, but it usually ends up something like this. Now you stay on one side of me, and you stay on the other. But, like every story, we always become friends again in the end. And then these bad boys catch my eye, the frosted Lofthouse sugar cookies that are so good that my brother and I do not let my mom have a choice of whether she wants to buy them or not. As a matter of fact, I love these cookies so much that if I were home alone, spotted them, and was allowed to do the following, I would 100% scarf them all down and leave none for anybody else. So thankfully for the taste buds of my brother and I, we usually have a tendency to come out of the store with those awesome Lofthouse sugar cookies. I have an app on my phone called Fart Cushion, and I'll walk around the supermarket with my phone in my pocket, secretly pressing the fart button when I'm near a customer, confusing them. Sorry, too many beans last night. I really love pulling this prank, and the same can easily be said for my brother as well. My mom usually doesn't dig the idea at first, but cracks a smile as time passes and she realizes that she finds it funny too. One funny issue with these stores is that sometimes I come into them with a newly bought fish which I bring in with me, even though I have to pass the food fish section. It's here that I run the risk of letting my new babies stare into the eyes of their dead relatives. It's my duty to protect their innocence. No, don't look there! These stores are all great, however, they all have their own quote-unquote flaws, so they collectively get a 7 out of 10. And the next store on our list is Target! I always get a sense of familiarity when walking into a Target and taking a look at the items that they have on display. You really never know what'll be presented in front of you here. But, to be brutally honest, we only ever go here for one thing and one thing only. A bunch of tiny, overpriced pieces of plastic. That's right, we're on the topic of Legos once again, and even though Target sometimes doesn't have a full stock, it's more than enough to make me want to browse anyways. A few years back, we also used to come to Target for another thing, that being Pokemon cards. At the time, my brother and I loved to collect them, but I've grown out of the hobby since. I think I'm stuck. Nevertheless, it is still relatively fun to walk through Target and see what they're selling, whether that be the furniture, the electronics, or the mystery items. So Target gets a 6.5 out of 10 in my book. Yeehaw! Our next store is Stu Leonard's! I've noticed that it's always quite crowded at Stu Leonard's, and for good reasons as well. For some reason, I've always thought that the layout of this store is like a maze, with different food items placed in different parts of it. Stu's always has a myriad of different kinds of fruits, vegetables, and funny, creative cakes. And they also obviously carry meat, snacks, and ice cream. However, there is one special thing about Stu Leonard's. Some of the most popular animatronics include the Chiquita Banana, the Farm Fresh 5, and Clover the Cow. But my personal favorites are the two avocado girls. All you need to do is push the button and wait for the magic to happen. Now, there's something unique about the avocado girls. Is it their catchy song, their plushies, or... No, that was a joke, okay? Stu Leonard's also has this app where you can get points for shopping there. Then you can redeem these points to get free treats. Luckily, my mom has tons of these points, so we always end up getting ice cream afterwards. Therefore, Stu Leonard's gets a 10 out of 10. Before we move on to our last store, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. And without further ado, our final store is Costco Wholesale. Whoever had the idea to turn a warehouse into a full-blown store is a pure genius to me. The second you walk into Costco, you're greeted by an array of high-quality TVs and computers. Usually I'll go on one of these computers and look up the B-movie. Why do I do this? Beats me. The first section of this store contains many iconic orange and green aisles stacked to the brim with food products, and most of these food products are from the company Kirkland. This section also has couches that my brother and I love to sit on because we're lazy. The second section of Costco contains multiple types of meats, as well as multiple types of delicious sweets. This section also contains the two super cold rooms. This is the place where my mom can casually get her fruit and dairy goods, while my brother and I freeze our butts off. Lastly, we have to talk about Costco's free samples. If you know where to look, you can easily find an employee that's handing them out. The samples are delicious and really can be any kind of food or drink. Costco truly is like a heaven on earth to shoppers, so its final score is going to be a 9 out of 10.